So on the 23rd of September 2022, Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng announced his mini budget to the Parliament in the UK. And to be honest, there was one or two points in there that were quite surprising, no doubt controversial, as we've seen in the media lately. But overall, in my view, I thought it was quite a boosting budget in the sense that there were some deep fiscal tax cuts in there, some of the deepest cuts for over 50 years in the UK, obviously designed to put more money back into our pockets and stimulate the economy. But what I'm going to do in this video is just very, very succinctly and swiftly summarize the 5 key areas which the Chancellor tackled in the budget. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to refer to this article written by KPMG called UK Mini Budget 2022. I think it's a really good article. And first of all is the National Insurance Contributions, NIC, for employees and employers, to be honest. And if you remember and recall that under Rishi Sunak's stewardship as Chancellor, he increased national insurance by 1.25%. That came in at April 2022. So actually in this current tax year, which we're in, which is the 22-23 tax year, you will have been paying this additional national insurance. And that was for employees, employers, and also the self-employed as well. Now the good news is that will now be reversed, effective from the 6th of November 2022. And it will cover both the Class 1, both employee and employer, Class 1A and Class 1B, and Class 4 self-employed. So a little bit of good news there. The health and social care levy of 1.25%, that was due to be introduced, if you recall, by April 2023. Now that will no longer go ahead either. And also Rishi Sunak increased the dividend rate by 1.25% to level the playing field. The thinking was, well, hang about, if you're employed or self-employed, i.e. self-employed not through a legal entity or a limited company entity as such, you're going to be paying this additional national insurance, but yet, if you're taking a dividend, you're not. So therefore, increase the rate of dividend or the dividend rate by 1.25%. Now that's come into the net. So good news for owner-managed businesses out there, those of you who are receiving dividends. But the one I really want to highlight is this one here, and that is the NIC threshold. Now, the one Rishi Sunak did do, he increased the threshold for national insurance. That is the point where national insurance actually starts getting paid by you. Prior to that, it was a lot lower than the current threshold, which is £12,570. That's the threshold for the personal allowance, income tax personal allowance, that is. So he brought it up so it's aligned, and that obviously puts more money in your pocket. Next up is income tax. The basic rate of income tax has gone down to 19% or 19 pence in the pound from 20% currently, and that really is going to benefit a lot of people, most of us out there. And that's going to be effective from April 2023 rather than April 2024. The surprise in the package, no doubt, was the reduction or the cut to the additional rate. It's those who are earning £150,000 or more per year. So next up is corporation tax, and corporation tax, as we know, is payable by companies. Rishi Sunak's government was going to increase that, or basically the plans were to increase that gradually to 25% with a few exceptions. But now Liz Truss's government and Kwasi Kwarteng have reversed that, and it's going to stay at, well, they've cancelled this planned increase. Rather than rising to 25% from April 2023, the rate will remain at 19% for all companies. And I think that's excellent news because we're a G7 nation in the United Kingdom, and certainly we want to be competitive amongst our peers. Now, I know Rishi Sunak's thinking was, well, hang about, if I bring it up to 25%, I'm more in line on average with the other G7 nations. Yes, that probably was somewhat true, but the fact of the matter is, I think keeping it at 19% keeps us far more competitive and a more attractive proposition for foreign investment to come here, to people to come and open UK companies, trade through these companies. It brings other benefits. So I think that's a really, really good move. That's my personal opinion. And last but not least are off-payroll working rules, also known as IR35. It's something I've spoken about quite a bit in previous videos, to be honest. I'll drop the links to those videos in the description box below. But anyhow, from April 2023, whatever the current rules are in place, which place the onus on medium and large businesses to determine a worker's IR35 status, boy, it was a pain. Things had to change, systems, controls, policies. Even then, when you're going through the sort of, determinants of whether you're inside or outside, it was very, very subjective indeed. So that's now being reversed, and the onus is going to go back on the intermediary to determine IR35 status. So it's not to suggest that IR35 as a piece of legislation is going away, absolutely not, but the onus is shifted back to what it was before. So that's, I think, really, really good news for a lot of you contractors and freelancers out there. Just to wrap up now, I sincerely hope this video has added value to you. If you like this video, please drop us a like, subscribe, subscribe, drop your comments in the comments box. And yeah, until next time, keep safe, keep well, look after yourself. I really do appreciate your support. Thank you.